So, Zoran Mamdani is going to already start to destroy and bankrupt New York City. He was sworn in at midnight, hours hours later publicly. He used his first day in office to hit the ground running with executive orders. I didn't know mayors could do executive orders, but what the hell? I guess we just have that thing. Anyway, he's targeting city landlords, which are going broke because of rent control. And he's saying these apartments are not up to code, and this is the trap of socialism as we go on. Targeting city landlords and housing developments. He said the city will take what he called precedent-setting action to intervene in private landlord bankruptcy cases. He said was tied to 93 billion buildings. Well, unfortunately, my dude, you can't interrupt the bankruptcy of a private corporation if they don't have the money. If they're going bankrupt, means they don't have the money to make repairs. They're going broke because of left-wing bullshit policy like rent control. The only thing I do hope from this, and already what I thought was going to happen is starting to happen. Mamdani is going to destroy New York to the point that it's going to be used in every fucking attack ad from every or every Republican, across the country. Like, this is what you're gonna. He. Not to mention Gavin Newsom is his own thing is going to tank the Democrats. Anyway, today is the start of a new era. Mamdani said it is Inauguration Day. It is also the day the rent's due. Speaking at a Brooklyn apartment building, Mamdani framed the moves as an early test of whether city government will directly confront landlords over housing conditions and step into court cases that can determine whether tenants remain in their homes. Well, unfortunately, the government can do very little to control the movements of a private business, and if it's in bankruptcy court, that means they're out of fucking money. What do you want them to do? Now, Mamdani has said that he will take over those buildings. And do any of you honestly think the government is going to do as good of a job as the private sector? I can answer that question for you. No, they won't. Anyway, speaking at a Brooklyn apartment building, Mamdani framed the moves as an early test. Okay, I already read that. Mamdani said New Yorkers who attended his inauguration were returning to apartments where he said bad landlords do not make repairs. Well, they can't afford to make repairs. Oh my God, and there's that fucking twat Nina Turner. Anyway, rents rise, residents deal with issues like cockroaches and a lack of heat. Cockroaches are unfortunately an inevitable part of life living in a densely populated area. I don't deal with cockroaches because I live in the suburbs. The mayor said the new administration will not wait to deliver action, will stand up on behalf of the tenants. He announced 3 housing-related executive orders, starting with the revival of the mayor's office to protect tenants. He'll focus on resolving complaints and holding landlords accountable. Again, if they do not have the money because of your rent control bullshit to fix the problems, What the fuck do you expect them to do? Okay, they go out of business and the city takes it over. One, government is always way less inefficient than private contractors. But two, how many of these can you take over before you start running New York into a financial off a financial cliff? Something about 311 violations, hazardous, dangerous threats, blah, blah, blah. The second executive order creates a lift task force designed to leverage city owned land and accelerate housing development. Basically, wants to make it easier to build homes, which I don't disagree with. But unfortunately, in blue ass New York City, you're going to have a million government agencies and special interest groups and crybabies that have a megaphone halting building. The reason nothing can get built in California is not because they don't have the resources or people capable of building shit. It's the fact that somebody in San Francisco can stop a building project in Los Angeles, and while they really don't have a claim, they can delay it for 2 years before it's heard before a judge. All this stupid fucking regulation. If you want to get rid of it, then just get rid of it entirely. That would mean you have to be more capitalist, which you're not going to do. His first executive order revoked Mayor Eric Adams. Any executive order Mayor Eric Adams issued on or after September 26, 2024. He signed an executive order creating 5 deputy mayors, which is ridiculous. New Yorkers elected you to be their mayor, one mayor. You don't need 5 vice mayors. Hell, Donald Trump only needs 1 vice president. Anyway, he made this announcement at a rent-stabilized building that he described as owned by a notorious landlord. Well, once again, if you rent stabilize thing, the landlord cannot make enough money to maintain and or upgrade the property. All I know is in the coming year, before the midterms, every single fucking Republican is going to watch New York rapidly decay. And they're going to use it in every attack ad against every fucking Democrat. And every fucking Democrat is going to have to go after Zoran Mamdani. And you're going to see the left-wing civil war between the normal Democrats, the normal liberals, and the progressives, and the socialists. It's going to explode. This will ensure, I know I'm predicting a long way off, but I think the Republicans not only keep the House, but I think the Republicans will grow their majority in the House. Because this is shaking up to be a fucking goddamn disaster. He wants to prevent rent companies from declaring bankruptcy before they make repairs with money they don't have. Or he says they're going to seize the building. Well, the landlord will be happy. But do you honestly think the government is any within 1/10 of the efficiency of private industry is? So, like I said, I really think this is gonna, and I think Hochul is up for re-election in 26. I could be wrong on that, but That's going to tank her, you know. Not to mention this fraud going on in my own state and all this other thing. Anyway, I'm gonna react to this dipshit's inauguration speech on a live stream. I may be back with another video. I don't know. Good night!